It's day 3 and it's 4 o'clock in the morning. We're leaving for our bus trip to Abu Simbel. So this is our cruise ship and we're on the embankment. This is the bus taking us to Abu Simbel.
Thank you.
Yeah, almost the whole journey it's going to be through the Nubian desert. We will stop after a couple of hours for a short break if you wanted to use WC washing room. We will stop now for like 10 minutes.
So after leaving at 4 AM we stop at 6:40 in the middle of the desert. Too cold out there, so I'm staying on the bus. It's about 5 degrees outside, very cold and windy. The first sign of the Nile after 3.5 hours on the bus.
We will reach Abu Simbel after a few minutes, about 10 minutes from now. We will have a walk to the temples of Abu Simbel. As you know, guys, you will visit 2 temples today. The great temple of Ramesses II and the small temple of his lovely wife, the Queen Nefertari. They are next to each other, covered, submerged by the water of the lake. There was a huge immigration process started in 1960 with the construction of Aswan Dam for the Nubians. The Egyptian government, guys, immigrated all the Nubians. Thousands of Nubian families, they used to live here. They lost their homes, their houses, and it was necessary to move them away from here because the Nubian lands covered by the water of the Lake Nasser. Also the historical sites which created by the ancient Egyptians like Abu Simbel, it was necessary to move it. Well, when the UNESCO started to discuss this process, they decide that they will move the historical sites or the historical temples to the nearest safe place, not far. So Abu Simbel was moved just only 200 meters away from the lake, away from the water of Lake Nasser. Americans, French, Italians, Germans, Spanish, Canadians, all of them, they've been doing this work and they finished it 1970. And as I told you, not just only Abu Simbel, many, because the design of Abu Simbel, guys, is different than all the Egyptian temples. Abu Simbel cut into the mountain.
Before that, however, the ground is still level, and the angle of the construction thanks to the precision with which the blocks are cut.
Picture shows the Aswan Dam spillover we went yesterday. Looking over Lake Nasser.
Look at it, guys, to the right hand side, that's the lake. Lake Nasser, the largest artificial lake, as I told you. The temple is supposed to be inside it, like 200 meters. They move it to the back, and by the way, that's the hill. That's the little mountain where the temple is standing, guys. So that's the back side of Abu Simbel. We will have a walk, like everybody, as you see, they walking to the other side of the hill, to the other side of the mountain, to see the temple from the entrance, to see Abu Simbel from the entrance.
From the parking area, walk through the restaurant area and the toilets. Sweep around to Abu Simbel. The distance is Lake Nasser, more like an ocean than a lake. So this is the Abu Simbel temple, the exterior. built into a hill. You can see hundreds of people here. Temperature is about 15 degrees at the moment, quite breezy too. It's cut into pieces and then transported to the mainland, raised 64 metres above where it was located previously.
From the first incision of the saw, they must continue the work without pausing day and night. At the slightest pause, the rock could disintegrate. He is transported to the storage area on the platforms specially constructed for this purpose.
So this is where I took the previous shot from the hill here, and then looking down over the facade, Abu Simbel. All the tour groups here, including ours, and the smaller temple in the distance there, and across the road from the temple. There's Lake Nasser, looking into the sun here. Just walking up to the entry into the Abu Simbel temple. The carvings on the walls depict the battles that were fought by Ramses II.
The saw cuts up the pillars with very careful, precise movements. Exposed to the elements, these surfaces are extremely fragile.
Meters away, inside the temple. On both sides of the entrance. The frescoes on the ceiling. This is more of the same in the smaller temple. I'm swinging around, and in the distance is the larger temple I just visited a couple of minutes ago. And if we swing around further, we see Lake Nasser. Remember, this temple was deconstructed and then reconstructed. Beautiful day today, but it's still only about 16, 17 degrees. Yesterday was freezing, down about 5 degrees. On Lake Nasser. We're on a cruise ship, very similar. You can see some of the areas that were submerged and they flooded the valley. Made Lake Nasser. Done the tour, and now we all meet for a cup of coffee. Couldn't resist taking a video of this. It's the best business in Egypt. It's the toilets. It costs you £5 to go to the toilet. Of course I don't pay to pee, so I just pushed my way past the guy and said I don't pay. We're heading back to the boat at 10:30 AM. Takes about 3.5 hours, and then we take off for a trip down the Nile on the boat. There's our boat. Hello, Sarah. So after leaving 4 o'clock in the morning, this morning, we returned back up just after 2 o'clock, so a long day, 10-hour day. So they're down here. It's alright.
As you finish, give me food, man.
And we're certainly not starving on this tour. There's more than enough food. Plentiful. Over there they're called bain maries. About 10 different dishes in the bain maries. Salads. And this is lunch. It's only 2:40 and we're leaving the berth for our trip down the Nile. We're heading north. Top deck, and we just left our berth. This was like upstairs, massive area with a swimming pool, and you can see in the background where we just left the dock. And there's one of my fellow passengers. Morning. So this is a swimming pool on the top deck. It's just not a matter of disengaging from the other boats. As we can see, we're swinging right around. That's Aswan City in the background there. Basically this city is based around the dam, the Aswan Dam. Very exciting on this river. Boats everywhere for rips. So we were originally attached to this boat here, so we were 3 boats across, and now we've dismembered ourselves from the boat, and we're heading down the Nile. Right on cue. Thank you very much. So we actually head north down the Nile. So very exciting. Still haven't quite left our mooring. We're on a boat very similar to that one, but actually has its better condition than that. We're still swinging around. This is the boat that we're attached to. The Sarah 2, we're on the Princess Sarah 1. Very exciting. We've got the birds coming over so low. Didn't realise how many boats there were. There's probably 50, 100 boats. Down the Nile, northward down the Nile to our next berth, which is later this afternoon, 5:30, and at the moment it's 3:30, so we're not travelling very far. We're going to another temple late tonight, about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So we're saying goodbye to Aswan. Bye bye Aswan. Been an exciting couple of days here. And this is the view outside my bedroom. There's my hotel suite. 2 king singles. TV on the wall and a view of the Nile River right out the window. Just passing under one of the bridges on the Nile River. Got the door open and drying some of my washing. It's now 6 p.m. We've just arrived at our next port of stop.
Greece, Viva Greece.
And we're going to visit the temple of Kom Ombu. There's my group up there with Ahmed holding the flag. It's the berth of the boat. So this temple at Kom Ombu is lit up at night. Looking from the temple back towards the marina. That's our boat. Right in the centre there. There's a party going on the left here.
You have the chance to grab some pictures for a couple of minutes from that spot, and I'll be right back.
This temple dates back to the 1st century.
So, antechambers, two sanctuaries.
Temples in one.
The right side belongs to the crocodile, the alligator god Sapek. The left side belongs to the falcon god Horus. In Kom Ombu city, which is located 40 kilometers north of Aswan, on the edge of the Nile, there was lots of attacks and bites of crocodiles to the local people here during the ancient Egyptian times. So they decided to build a temple for the crocodile god Sapek. But according to their mythology, they want to make a balancing between good and bad, between good and evil. So the temple unique style or unique design, the right side for Sapek, the crocodile, the alligator god. The left side it's for the falcon god Horus, the god of protection and courage. Kom Ombu in nowadays the meaning of the name Kom, it means like a hill or a highlander, and Ombu it means water. So it was like the highlander of water. It was just on the edge of the Nile. Although many damaging and destroying happened to this temple because of the annual floods, which came usually in July, because of the earthquakes, and the last destroyed when it was at 1992. It destroyed the outer side of the temple, but we still keep a lot of beautiful details on the walls of this temple.
This is a view of the temple from the northern side.
Coronation. So we have the ibis-headed god here, Jahoti, the god of wisdom and writing. 22, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 till this sign, which we call this. That it makes like echo sound, something very spiritual.
There's some of the relief on the outer walls, which, as you can see, are carved much deeper because they're exposed to the elements. A view of the temple from behind, from the back.
Donation to get some donation to the temple, so the high priests.
And the temple from the side.
And the snake.
This is a view of the temple from behind, in the back of it. I can still hear my guide in the distance. device to calculate the level of the Nile, which then determine the level of taxes. So the higher the level of the Nile, the increase in taxes, because they expect better harvests, obviously. And a low level of the Nile would suggest poorer cultivation and crops. These are mummified crocodiles. Crocodiles used to be in the Nile River. Mummified crocodiles. After a trip to another temple, we returned to the boat about 7:30. Dinner was served at 8 o'clock, which is quite late for me, obviously. We normally have dinner about 5:30. It's nearly 8 o'clock, nearly dinner time, on the top deck of the boat, looking over at the temple that we just visited earlier tonight. We're about to depart. There's one of the boats departing. So at the moment it's about 5 to 8 and just about to go down for dinner. Served at 8 o'clock. Tonight it's purely Arabian food. You can see how congested it is at the marina. There's one boat, two boats, three boats and a fourth boat. As we're swinging around, we're leaving the marina. Massive operation here. There's another boat here which is departing. Looking across the deck of the boat at Kom Ombu. Just found out that there's 75 staff and crew on this boat. It includes the cleaners, the waiters, the cooks, the mechanics and the officers. So it's a big operation. So today it's Turkish food for dinner. It's like nuts and grapes and a great selection of sweets. And breads and hot meals on the bain marie. So here's my Turkish feast. Mutton and fish, chickpeas, tomatoes, potatoes, and there's small. .5 a.m. 4 to 6 we're leaving on a horse and cart ride to another temple. ABT.